Feeling a little bit better. I took some of my pain medication. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. Somebody had made the comment they wanted my hoe cake recipe. So, tonight I'm doing panko breaded pork chops in the oven. It is atrociously hot outside, but those pork chops need to be made. And I just cannot stand here long enough to do like fried pork chops on top of the stove. Oven pork chops it is. I popped them in. They're doing their thing. I do have some stewed squash going. Whoa. See, I can't even lift the lid. From that, I got it Aldi the other day for 99 cents. I've got some baked potatoes in the microwave. They just have finished up. I think they're done. I gotta go test them. So I'm fixing to do my hoe cakes. And I've got the Martha White buttermilk cornmeal mix. The rising kind. Now, if you can get your hands on some stone ground cornmeal, doesn't matter the brand, but as long as it's stone ground cornmeal, you hang on to it with dear life. This is for company. This is for special occasions. Yeah. I'm trying to even remember where we got this. You know what? I might use this. I'm going to use this. Y'all are special. Y'all's company. That I'm looking at needs to be used before September. So we're going to use this. Let's see what we got up in here, shall we? In my stewed squash, I used my my hands. Just are not going to let me do nothing. And then the boy copping an attitude with me because I didn't pick up sugar. I informed him yesterday we were out of sugar. I thought that information was like, I'm informing you and you need to pick up some. Evidently that's not what he had interpreted. Alright. So, we are going to do this way. Now the stone ground cornmeal, you can tell a difference. This is like what my grandmama would hunt down for dressing. And like I said, company, you had, well, Grandma Money, they had the water ground. Wasn't it water ground? Yeah. Yeah, they had the water ground cornmeal because they had the grits mill there at the house. I remember the barn and I remember the water wheel at the back. And we weren't allowed to go around that way. And I took my little pedal car around that way when I was little and I got toe up. I mean toe up. So we're going to get our oven on. We're going to have to jack it up for this. And I don't think them pork chops are going to mind near you a bit. I don't think they're going to fuss. Usually whenever I do it with this, for my buttermilk, I don't ever buy buttermilk because it goes bad before you use it all. Hey, back. You can take however much buttermilk you need. You can take like a cup of milk and a tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice. Let it set for 10 minutes. You have buttermilk. Okay? You got buttermilk. Just saying. Alright, so we need 2 cups of this. Hello, darling. Ah, she's trying fake nails again. I give them till she does her first patient. Yeah, she's either going to accidentally scratch them and not mean to. There'll be a story. There'll be a, you ain't going to believe this. Huh? It's going to start with a, well, you see what happened was. Y'all got a kick out of that. And you know, like I said, you know it's a good one if it's going to either be, well, you see what happened was, or you ain't going to believe this. There's another one, real bad. Well, folks down the way, we don't associate with them. Them the rough crowd. They live on down the block. Well, not even in, they ain't even in our neighborhood. They in no association in our part of the, they're in our zip code, but we ain't affiliated with them folks. They'd be the kind that hold my beer, you know. And yeah, no, we don't affiliate with them people. Okay, so we need 2 cups of cornmeal, 1.5 cups of sweet milk or buttermilk. I am used to doing buttermilk. I just am. I've always. All right, so we're gonna do ours, like I said. Need 1.5 cups. So I'm gonna get my normal milk. If I would have known this, I would have done jacked it up for now. But what you gonna do? Oh, Henny's to heaven, Betsy. Don't tell me I ain't got lemon juice. Now, I know good and darn well I had me a little lemon up in here. Aha. I got real lemons if I get desperate. Lemon juice, though, I use. I just always keep one of these little guys on hand for this reason. I do have a bunch of fresh lemons, but I'm keeping them for my lemon water. And we're just going to kind of guesstimate. That looked about right. I'm going to let her sit there. You don't stir it. You don't do nothing to it. You just let it sit. Alright, so I need 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons of liquid shortening. We're going to use this. And this I am going to measure out. And I got my little, they look like little mason jars. They're like my measuring cups. I'm going to go ahead and get, you know what, I just thought about this. I'm doing Hoecakes. I don't need my oven jacked up. Y'all, I'm telling you, I ain't all here. I'm just informing you. Alright, 2 eggs. There's a 2-egg Alabama and there's a hot coffee Mississippi. Just saying. Alright, so we need 2 eggs. Basically, whatever kind of cornmeal you buy, they are going to have the instructions for cornbread on the back. Now, I am partial to, like I said, usually the stone ground cornmeal because it's so hard to come by. We had to go to a, oh, I know where it was we bought it. We stopped at Durbin Farms on the way back from Birmingham. That's what it was. And so we got it there. 2 eggs, liquid shortening. I do not do sugar in mine. So, but basically, normally, hey boy.
Hey.
Get the Martha White buttermilk cornmeal mix. And just follow the directions on the back for easy southern cornbread. And basically it's the same thing as what I'm doing. Just follow the directions on the back. The only thing different between hoe cake and cornbread, hoe cake you fry on top of the stove. Cornbread you bake in the oven. Now, our cornbread, how we do it here, we will go ahead and get that skillet good and hot with the oil on top of the stove, just like you're going to make a hoe cake. What I'm doing here, I'm going to go ahead and get my skillet. I'm getting that oil good and hot. Let me move y'all. I still ain't made that darn dump cake. I don't guess I ever will. Is that right? Yeah. Alright, now when we're doing cornbread, normally you're still going to do it this way. You're going to get your grease hot. Some people will put it in the oven to get their grease hot. I put mine on top of the stove to get my grease hot because I want to know that it's hot. And like I said, there's 2 ways of checking your grease. What are the 2 ways, Brian? Spit in it. Or take you a wooden, like, handled spoon or a spatula or whatever, and you stick down in there, and if it bubbles, I know it's nowhere near ready, but if it bubbles, then you're good. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead. I've got all this but my milk in here. I've got my egg. I've got my oil. I got my cornmeal. It said optional. Now look. You see how it's starting to clabber up? You see how it's starting to sour? Oh no, yeah. See how it's sticking? It's souring. It's making it sour up. Look at that. So, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take some of that meal. We're going to scrape all that out. Put it in there like that. I'm not sure that I read that right. It sure is liquidy, ain't it? Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm going to add just a little bit more cornmeal because that just ain't thick enough for my liking. You want it a little bit thicker than than pancake batter. Oh, I'm sorry, I went in frame. You want a little bit thicker than pancake batter is what you're looking for. Make sure there ain't no lumps or clumps. I don't want to put that down where it's hot. Let me double check my squashes. Alright, I'm going to take the bottom of this. Alright, here we go. Do you see how it's kind of starting to bubble up? I think I got that in the shot. Can you?
What?
Okay. It's bubbling. Yeah. So that means all you gotta do is take your wooden utensil, stick it in there like that. If you see bubbles form around it, you'd be good to go. You good to go, Joe? Alright. So, and then this is good. Make sure to scrape your bottom good. Scrape your bottom. Not right, Samuel? Make sure none's stuck around the edges. Alright. And really and truly, the best way of doing this with is a ladle. And you're just going to take a ladle's worth. Seriously. And you are going to ladle it down. My preference, I would still like it a little bit thicker. But see, we even do our cornbread. If I was making cornbread, I would continue adding ladlefuls. Add a little bit, do a little ladle, add a little bit, you know, and keep adding it that way. And then pop it in the oven and bake it. That's the way Bo's mama would always do it, and it was so good. I still cannot make cornbread like she does. Oh my goodness. That woman can make some cornbread. Didn't she?
Yeah.
Talking about your mama's cornbread.
Oh, yeah.
Honey, I cannot duplicate. Oh, that woman can make some cornbread. And I've tried, and she even showed me how. Before she got, you know, her Alzheimer's and everything kicked in when she was still living at home. She tried and tried and tried to show me. And honey, I don't know why. I just could not get it. She tried showing me that, and she tried showing me how to cut up a whole chicken. She could cut up a whole chicken where you had a pulley bone. Okay? Yeah, seriously. But what you're going to do is just like making pancakes. You're going to let it, and I don't want them to burn, so I'm going to turn that down just a smidgen. You don't want to flip them too soon, because if you do, they're going to just fall apart. But I can see that one, how it's, yeah, I really need a little bit thicker batter. I'm going to let it sit there and see if it maybe thickens up. These two might be like the case of with your pancakes. That's what I was saying about pancakes. For whatever reason, the very first one you ever pour up is usually the one that you have to chunk. That's your experimental pancake. For whatever reason, it don't ever turn out right. Let's check on our pork chops are looking good. Alright, this one I am going to have to go ahead and flip, because he's burning right there. Let's see if we can, oh yeah, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and flip this guy. Alright, see how they're doing? It's just like a pancake. The reason why they're called Hoecakes, okay, here's your little history lesson. The reason why they are called Hoecakes is when the pioneers were going like west, or when they'd come and they were settling, or when they were trying to get their homesteads going, cornmeal was a staple, okay? Cornmeal was the one thing, if they couldn't afford nothing else, they'd get a bag of cornmeal. You could have cornmeal mush, like oatmeal. it would have sustenance that would kind of tide and hold you over. But it didn't need a lot of storage care. Anywho, Hoecake came about because they would have hoes with them to start their garden. Equipment, tools, seeds, things like that were way more important supplies than food right there on hand. So they would have that bag of cornmeal. They would always stop and camp where there was water. So you got cornmeal, water, and then salt was a staple because that would be how they would preserve their meat. Okay? So salt was a staple. Whenever they would camp or make up camp for that night, if they couldn't set up camp all the way, they would actually make up this batter, cornmeal, water, salt, and I have done it that way. Hard times hit up, yes ma'am. Hadn't we had it that way, Samuel?
Right.
Cornmeal, water, and salt. You can do hoe cakes that way. If you ain't got nothing else. Cornmeal, water, salt. But they would take, and they would actually take their spade of the hoe, put it over the campfire, pour that batter on there, and that is how they would cook it. Hence the name hoe cake. Yes, it got you a little bit of Southern education. Alright, so we're just looking. We're going to go ahead and flip that booger up. That's what you want right there. See, it looks so much like a pancake or a flapjack. But that's what you want in a hoe cake. The best person that I know of that could make hoe cakes, Miss May at Casey's gas station. And yes, I said gas station. You know, you're in the South if you can get some of your best food from gas stations. I'm just saying. Miss May could make the best hoe cakes. Oh, hers would be like that thick, but only like, I don't know. I don't know how in the henny she did it. But yes. But now cornbread, Bo's mama. Momma. Yes, ma'am. She was the one you went to for cornbread. Did your mom ever do hoe cakes?
Yeah.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I don't ever remember her making hoe cakes.
Well,
I always remember her just doing cornbread.
it's cornbread.
But it would break off like a hoe cake.
Yeah.
Now, I never could figure out how that little stinker did that. I think she was keeping some of her secret. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm used to my batter being a little bit thicker, but I ain't gonna complain, they're cooking. So, but this is what you're looking for. So just follow the directions. Yeah. And if I put mine on Scott towel, or I don't even think they make brown paper grocery sacks anymore. I don't think they do. If you can get your hands on a brown paper grocery sack, girl, you hang on to that. That is what you're going to put your chicken in to batter it, and then you're going to lay it on top of it to drain the grease. Just like on the hill. Yes, ma'am. You use that brown paper sack. You shake your chicken. I'm serious, isn't it?
That's right, Miss Stacy.
And then you lay that. That's how we would do, like, for fish fries and stuff, isn't it?
All right.
Put that fish in that brown paper sack to absorb the grease.
Even shake it a little bit.
Yep. That's how we would do the hush puppies.
Yeah.
Anything to get the grease off. If you got a brown paper sack, you had you something.
That's right, Miss Stacy.
They said they were so glad to see you feeling better.
Feeling better, eyes getting better. Still ain't 100%, still got a little blurred vision every now and then. But it's coming around.
I had to be his secretary today. He forgot his phone at home.
I did.
You know, it's something if you take important messages from people called Wahoo and Spick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just one more thing. Just y'all listen up. Hit them buttons. Subscribe. You know what to do. Those buttons down there.
Those subscribe buttons. Yes. And hit that little bell so you'll be notified whenever Big Mama opens up her pie hole again. And I have not done, I've done my Bible study for chapter 9. We are in Proverbs 9 today. Today is Wednesday. We're doing 9. Right? Yes. Proverbs 9. Some of y'all are way on ahead. Tell me what happens. Tell me how it turns out. No, I'm joking. I am going to go ahead and tell you for future reference, when we get to Proverbs 31, and you know that is the Proverbs 31 woman, there is a ministry actually called Proverbs 31 Women. I love that blog, love that site. When we get to that chapter, we're going to take a week to cover that chapter. There's a lot in there that we need to know. And a lot of women are offended, or there's no way she could have done that. And I'm going to explain that. No, I can't explain it once we get to it. Just know that when we get to Proverbs 31, plan on we're going to cover it for a week. So don't think that once we get to Proverbs, oh, thank goodness we're done. Plan a week for that. And I think I've got it set up where we will, how we're going to have to work it out, or we're going to work it out, but we will take a week to cover it. And I will even actually have a different video of someone else that I want you to listen to and watch. I'll have the link and everything all set up for y'all to do that once we get to Proverbs 31.
That man here. This smells so good, and I know it's going to be delicious.
It's Hoecakes, stewed squash, or as Brian calls it, squash stew. I don't know why. And panko breaded pork chops. Oh, and baked potatoes. Don't let me forget the taters.
Yeah, taters.
Taters in the microwave. Ate my thing splashing my battery.
Oh, not the battery.
The battery. Alright, so there's my other batch of Hoecakes. Yeah, usually with my other cornmeal, it rises up. These are flat like a pancake. That's why I like the Martha White hot rise. Self-rising. So, until next time, put your buns up, put your pearls on, don your aprons, make some Hoecakes. Ooh, this would be good if we had some greens. Ooh. I ain't got no greens though. Alright, and I will see y'all tomorrow.